of artifacts, it can be because of the poor technique, it can be catheter related, it can be acoustic artifacts, the properties of the sound, and mechanical processing artifacts. So let's take them one by one. Most common and where you have to improve is your technique. If you are good in technique, these artifacts can be. So the most common, the enemy of ultrasound sound wave is air, and this is how you all must have encountered these black shadows. So these are nothing but air bubbles in the sheath surrounding the transducer. So you just have to flush them, but never flush when the catheter is inside the coronary artery. You will develop, the patient may develop air embolism. Take the catheter out and then flush. This is a very common mistake. People do it, and I have also learned it the hard way. So never flush the air embolism, air inside the catheter. Take the catheter out and then flush. Air can present not only as a dark shadow, it can present in various other ways. The hyperechoic,
the IVUS catheter
shimmering
primary reason
images, these also can be.
And the still frame
these are
IVUS
contrast
imaging.
flush. You can see the contrast flush like this. Sometimes you also, because saline is going inside, and you may feel this is something else, but this is simply a contrast flush. Then catheter related. So all these, if you improve your technique, you can avoid these, and you should know that when it is an air embolism or it is a contrast flush. When the catheter related. The commonest is the ring down artifact. What is this? It's a central bright halo around the IVUS catheter. And why it is generated? Because the repetitive echoes in pericatheter zone as a near field artifact. How to adjust it? By adjusting your TGC gain. And usually these are the ring down artifacts.
Down artifacts
are available in
by the yellow.
Usually in phased array. So in phased array catheter, if you see that this is the phased array, this is over the wires, and you don't see the wire adjoining this. So this wire is where this is the transducer, this is the wire, so this is a mechanical transducer. Then acoustic artifacts, shadowing. And the most important which you should recognize is concertina because of the tortuosity. And once you put the wire, that straight in the tortuosity becomes more. And you may find sudden abrupt disappearance of the shadow. And so sudden abrupt change from the adjacent frame is concertina. You should not stent it. You should not see label it as an attenuated plaque. Then comes the reverberation artifacts. The reverberation artifacts are nothing but multiple equidistant concentric rings because of the multiple echo bounces. So you should know it, and you can never discard them. They will always, they may appear because of your guide catheter or representing the second false echoes from the same structure, and you can, this is the phenomena which happens if you stand in front of the mirror, two mirrors, and then there are reverberations, but they are nothing but artificial images. These are not the real structures. So these are not the real structures. Don't consider them as calcium or anything else. These are just reflections bouncing at equidistant distances from the catheter. These are all equidistances, and gradually they fade in intensity as they go towards the boundary. These are typically reverberations and can be generated through the guide catheter also. So this is another common mistake people do it. The catheter goes into the guide and you may mistake it as a calcium. Reverberation can be, so you can, then very important artifact is side lobe artifact. These are nothing but low energy side beams which diverge reflecting from the hyperechoic structures, which can mimic like a section. So this is the ultrasound in beam And there are side beams, side lobe beams of low intensity, which when they fall onto a highly reflective surface, they can cast in shadow. And like this, you can see, this is a calcified, but here, this is not a dissection. Don't mistake it as dissection. This is a side lobe artifact. In the moving image, it looks like dissection, but discard this. Don't take it as a dissection. When speckle artifacts, any intraluminal signals, which Dr. Vijay has also told you, when the wavelength of the ultrasound is larger than the structure, like moving RBCs. Only importance here is that the flow of the blood, whether there is a slow flow or normal flow, you can guess through the ultrasound image. If they are becoming brighter, means the blood is flowing slowly. So you have created slow flow. If it is equilucent, more equilucent, so blood is flowing normally. So this is just an image phenomena which you must. Then the artifacts, because of the mechanical processing, the non-uniform rotational defect, and this is basically appeared as a warped smear frames because of the uneven catheter rotation. Usually occurs in the mechanical catheter, not in the phased array one, and this is how it, because of the uneven motion of the catheter, which could be because of the tortuosity, excessive calcification, or even if you have tightened your Tuhi burst very tightly. So just loosen it, straighten the tortuosity, your nerd will disappear. How will it appear? This is this warped smear-like structure. This is nerd, most common in mechanical transducers. There are different types of nerds which you can see this type of images. You should discard them. Do not consider them in your evaluation. And then there are certain motion-related artifacts because of the longitudinal shift during the systole or diastole, the classical sawtooth artifact. You can see this is not some intimal abnormality. This is just because of the motion, because of the systole and diastole of the artery and the respiratory movements. Because of the motion of the transducer during the cardiac cycle. They're called sawtooth artifact. And finally, very commonly seen in our labs is this. Anyone can tell? So this is electromagnetic interference. And earlier when our machine was installed newly, I repeatedly actually complained to the Boston people that this is the type of picture which is getting. He just came and switched off the lights and the nearby electrical, and it disappeared. So this is electromagnetic interference which you must recognize and know how to troubleshoot it. So, ladies and gentlemen, the best practices in IVUS image interpretation is always correlate IVUS findings with angiography and catheter position. Be cautious in interpreting images with suspicious artifacts. Train in the real-time recognition and switching systems. So you should know your machine also. You should know how to play with your machine settings, gain, frequency, all those things. Thank you very much.